What up? What up? How you doing? Waiting for a few people to join in. I'm headed home after a long day's work. Almost to the house. What's up, Mr. Calvin? So I was headed home, and I just thought I'd share a few things with you. One of the things that I want to share, every day of the week, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to spend time with teenagers. Myself and our mentoring staff eat, breathe, sleep the betterment of our teenagers. We're in constant meetings to figure out what we can do different to change somebody's life, to make sure that they get, great opportunity to do something different. One of the things I'm going to tell you as parents, I need you to start paying attention to, is the fact that these video games are playing a very big role in the betterment of your children. Back in the day, we used to play like Nintendo, I'm sorry. Mario Brothers, and we used to play, Duck Hunt and, Sight Bike and all kind of stuff. And it was fun. You play it for a couple hours or so. You do your chores, you go, you do your homework and all of that stuff, and it's over. Nowadays, it's a little different. I'm watching teenagers now who have went from playing video games to it actually becoming gaming, okay? And I'm not saying anything is wrong with the headset and all of this stuff, but I'm seriously seeing a cycle where our teenagers, like they don't care about nothing else in life. It's come home and play a video game all day long. Like, I'm talking, that's their life's mission, is to, I'm pulling up in my driveway, is to play a video game, and socialize or whatnot. And, some parents are having issues with this. Like, some parents can't get their kids to do the chores, take out the trash, Some kids won't even speak to their parents. They just all about the video game, So, I need you all to start paying attention to things that look innocent. And it may be innocent, but there have to be a balance with some of this stuff. The games that I'm seeing a lot of these teenagers play are a lot of these exciting games of shooting, killing. Every kid that I've talked to probably within the last 2 weeks have, and I might say this game wrong, have mentioned Fortnite. And we're looking at a lot of these shootings in these schools and in our communities. It is actually something that they're getting familiar with. And they may not always fantasize. Every child is not going to fantasize about doing it, but we're planting seeds, or we're allowing seeds to be planted in our kids. And we're sitting in the front room watching television, okay? Pay attention to what's on social media, man. Think about this. Social media without any restrictions is a very dangerous tool to a teenager who do not know how to handle that much freedom. Think about the provocative things that they can pull up, the things that they impart in their minds, man, the things that they see, the things that they're hearing. It's happening right there under our noses, man. And we as parents have to be mindful that everything that's in this world is not good for our kids. It's not good to make them insensitive to violence and murder and blood and certain language. And man, my kids don't watch rated. My kids not watching PG-13. They're not watching rated R. Why? Because I don't want my kids to grow up, and at this point in their life, be introduced to some things that me as a father, I'm gonna have a hard time getting them away from. Okay. There's a lot of great things our kids can partake in. But I want you to understand this one thing. Before they get into anything, we ought to make sure that they know who Jesus Christ is. We ought to make sure that they're participating in their local churches, in their choirs, in their dance ministries, in their youth groups. You know, yeah, my boys love basketball, football. They're athletes. But guess what? They're not going to miss church to go play a sport. They're not going to, you know, they're not going to do a whole lot of things and we put God on the back burner, because there's going to come a time, yes, me as a pastor, even so, there's going to come a time when I have to figure it out. And I realize my kids are out there, have went astray because I didn't show them where their priorities should have lied. Okay, I want you all to be prayerful for this generation, be prayerful for every parent. I can't tell you what to do and how to do it. All I can do sometimes is give you some nuggets of what I'm seeing. These video games right now are taking over. These kids are getting excited over guns. Y'all look in our communities. You know, every time you look around, it's a teenager, stole a gun, shot somebody, robbed these kids. I'm 13-year-olds robbing grown-ups, y'all. Listen to me, I'm being real. I'm in and out of court every week. In and out of court all the time. And one of the biggest things we're dealing with right now in Calcasieu Parish is gun violence. And these kids getting their hands on guns and robbing, home invasions, burglaries. Y'all, pay attention to what's happening in these video games. They're acting a lot of this stuff out. So parents, hey, just be mindful of what's going on, you know. Slow it down a little bit. Slow them down a little bit. Stop a 10-year-old from acting like an 18-year-old, you know. Just, you know, I teach these kids all the time. Be a kid. You know, be a kid. Stop trying to be grown. You got your whole life to be grown, man. Let's just chill out a little bit. And, you know, let's keep our parents and our households in prayer, y'all. I mean, that's the biggest thing, man. We already got one thing against us, and that's the plague of fatherlessness. That's one thing that's really hurting us right now. But my prayer is that God will send an army of people who can take those missing fathers' place, man. So if you know somebody that you can mentor, you can hug, you can talk to, you can take to Burger King to get ice cream, you can spend 4 or 5 minutes with them, hey, man, do that. It'll go a long way. I love you. See you all. Keep me in prayer. Peace out. It's all good. See y'all.